What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first inaugural JR Overcome show. I am so excited to be doing this show. I've had people all over the country always reaching out to me saying, "Hey Jay, when are you going to be speaking in my neck of the woods? When are you coming to California? When are you coming to Washington? When are you coming to Kansas?" And unfortunately, obviously, I can't be everywhere at once. And oftentimes it's companies that are bringing me out. It's private functions. So we came up with this idea that why not have the JR Overcome show and talk about leadership and overcoming adversity and get that message out to you guys and interact with you. So that's what this show is going to be about. But let me take a step back, because there may be some of you out there who have no clue who this guy is standing in front of you. So I'm going to start out with that. Who is Jason Redman? So I served 21 years with the United States Navy SEAL teams, both as an enlisted SEAL and as a SEAL officer. I served pre-9/11, I served post-9/11, I served both in Iraq and Afghanistan, and I had an amazing career. I had the honor of working with some of the best operators in the world, and I learned a lot about leadership. I actually made some pretty big mistakes as a young leader, and thankfully had some great mentors who gave me the opportunity to grow and fix myself as we drove forward. And those are all the things that I carried with me as I went on and on in my career, right up into the point on the last mission I had in Iraq. I was severely wounded in a gunfight, taking multiple rounds to the face, to the arm, to the body armor, which started a whole new road and a whole new journey of leadership, of getting put back together. As all that was happening, I began to write down a lot of these lessons learned, the thing that I had learned along the way about leadership, about the SEAL teams, about my own life, and really looking deep within myself and saying, what were the strengths that I had as a leader? What were the weaknesses? What were the things that I capitalized? And I put all of that into this book, The Trident, Forging and Reforging of a Navy SEAL Leader. And it is a very humble book on my life. I talk a lot about the mistakes I made. I talk a lot about overcoming those mistakes. I talk about overcoming my injuries. And I talk about what it is to lead yourself. So pretty proud of this book. It was actually selected in 2015 by the Navy. It's now on the official Navy reading list. So if you have not read the book, if you don't know who I am, then hey, I highly recommend you go out there and get it. Or you can buy it through my website, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. All right, why are we doing this show? Today is September 13th. It's been 10 years. 10 years to this day. I was on a mission in Iraq with several of my teammates going after a very high-level Al-Qaeda leader, and we walked into a very effective ambush. I was shot at least 8 times that we know of, took a round in the face, took 2 rounds in the left elbow, almost took my arm off. And if it wasn't for the tenacity and the leadership of my teammates, I don't know if I would have made it out of there alive. So I owe my life to both my teammates. I owe my life to an AC-130 crew that was up overhead that brought in the closest fire mission in the entire Iraq war. So it's just hard to believe when I look back that it has been 10 years since all this happened. I've learned so many things along the way. And these are the things that I want to talk to you guys about in this show. Why do I want to do this show? Well, this show is about a second chance in life. And my new mission is to motivate and inspire others to get out there and lead yourselves. That is what the show is all about. I'll tell you what it's not. The show, you're not going to see me doing a lot of yelling or telling you to get out of bed or telling you need to get back in the gym or, hey, put down that donut. The bottom line is this. I believe that you've got to learn how to lead yourself. There are all those things out there that can help us motivate ourselves and inspire ourselves. But at the end of the day, those things are just support mechanisms in order for us to figure out how to build the discipline to do the things we need to do to lead ourselves to success. And that's why I don't think that it's a good thing to always have these support systems in place, because if they're gone, if something ever happens, now you fall back to just yourself. So why not start to lead yourself from the beginning? You create the discipline to get yourself out of bed in the morning. You create the discipline to get yourself to the gym. You create the discipline to not eat the things that you shouldn't be eating in order to make yourself the best version of yourself. That is what this show is about. It is teaching you how to lead yourself and how to overcome all. So what are we going to discuss on each show? We're going to talk about things like leadership is going to be one of the biggest things we talk about. We're going to talk about the overcome mindset. I overcome. No excuses. I meet so many people out there who talk to me about goals and dreams and hopes they had, and then they immediately turn around and explain to me why they haven't accomplished them. And it's a litany of excuses. At the end of the day, leaders lead themselves to success. They figure out how to accomplish their goals. And that's what this is about. Crush the excuses. No more excuses. Set those goals. Small goals, incremental, start to accomplish them. Small goals build into big goals, leads to success. We're going to talk about the overcome mindset, how to build that resiliency. Life is hard. It doesn't always go according to plan. Things go sideways all the time. You've got to understand how to adapt to the unexpected and keep staying positive and keep grinding away despite the setbacks, because you're going to have much more setbacks than you are successes. But those setbacks make you stronger and better and more resilient. And that's what the overcome mindset is about. We're going to talk about success through change. We're going to talk about the 5 principles of elite performance that I speak to companies on how they can build a better team and a better organization for long-term success. We're going to talk about the 6 tenets of success. And many of you that have read my book know that I close with those 6 tenets. And I speak a lot about them. They're individual things that I try and live by to lead a better life and to lead myself. We're going to talk about a new concept I've developed called the Pentagon of Performance. We're going to talk about the change pyramid. I truly believe that anyone out there should always be pushing themselves towards change. Whether you're working out, you should be pushing right outside your comfort zone, because that is where you truly grow and get better, both within and physically, if you're even talking about physical fitness. So that's the change pyramid. We're also going to talk about individual measures of performance on the show. And those are things that I've really looked at myself and say, okay, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, and these are things I'm doing that are directly negatively impacting me from accomplishing my goals. They're amplifying my weaknesses, they're minimizing my strengths. And those are the things that you got to take a look at and say, is it really worth to do this? How do I minimize this, or do I totally cut this out? And most importantly, we're going to come back to one key principle, and that principle is this. If you want to be a good leader, you must lead yourself. You've got to set the example in all you do. If you don't lead yourself in every aspect of your life, you've got to find that balance. So you've got to be an emotional leader. You've got to obviously be a mental thinking leader, physical leader. You got to have the energy stores to drive forward and keep up the energy that all leaders need. And if you're missing an area, it hurts your credibility as a leader. So these are the key things that we're going to talk about in the show. So I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, what else are we going to do on the show? Well, every show, I want you guys involved. I want this to be an interactive show. So I want to highlight fellow distinguished members of this new idea I have, the Overcome Army. And the idea is this: those out there who are driving forward, who have encountered adversity, who have encountered a setback in their life, and they've overcome it. They have found themselves on the other side, so they have led themselves to success through that catastrophic event. I want to hear from you. So email me at jriovercome@icloud.com. Tell me your stories. I want to know who they are. And what I want to do is I want to highlight them. Include that person, and I'd like a picture of them also if I select them, and I want to highlight them on the show, because we are social creatures, and if you see somebody else that's successful and they've encountered something, you can be motivated and inspired through their example. And those are the things that we want to do. We're also going to have guests on the show. So if you know somebody who is the epitome of leadership, who is the epitome of overcoming adversity, I want to have them on the show. I want to have them here and talk to them about how did they lead themselves? How did they build that structure within their own lives? How did they build that balance so that they could be a well-rounded leader and find success? And how did they overcome the adversity that we all encounter along the way? So it's going to be a lot of fun. I want to hear about it. I want you guys to tweet me. If you don't follow me yet, follow me at JasonRedmanWW. And that's my Twitter handle. And hashtag me. Make sure that if you send me a question through Twitter, hashtag AskJROvercome, and also don't forget to hashtag the Overcome Army so that we can really track these things and we can pull these tweets together as we grow this group of people within the Overcome Army. And by the way, the first email or tweet that I get gets a JR Overcome coin. So who's going to do it? I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you guys on there. Now, when is the show going to air? We're going to be posting the show every other Friday starting September 29th. I want to move to weekly, but for right now, I kind of want to get a feel for the camera and the editing and all that we need to do. My battle rhythm, obviously, many of you know I travel like crazy, so getting used to filming the show no matter where I am and getting this knocked out. But that is what we want to do. So 10 years since September 13th to this day. So in honor of this day, you might notice this new t-shirt. We are launching some new products. So one of these new products is the I Overcome No Excuses t-shirt. This shirt is awesome. We made it in both the women's V-neck, and on the back it's got the sections in my book that I utilize, liking my journey to that of a sword that had been used in battle and broken and then had to be smelted down and reforged into an effective weapon. And I believe that our journey of leadership follows that path. That's why I put it on the back of the shirt. It is the path to the I Overcome mindset. So this shirt is for all of you out there who basically said, I overcome, no excuses. It is for those of you who believe that excuses no longer matter. You will find a way to the other side. So we have them both in men's and women's. This is a limited edition shirt. What we have right now, when they're gone, they're gone. So you want to get one of these. We'll come out with more I Overcome, but we'll never have another one that has the dates with the 10-year anniversary like this one right here. We also came out with the new JR Overcome hat. These things are really nice. We have them both in red and black, so you can get them right from the website, sofspoken.com, or you can download the Jason Redman app. It's the Soft Spoken, SOFSPOKEN app. And on that app, you'd be able to see exactly where, if we're doing stuff, I'll be posting Monday Motivation, I'll be posting blogs, I'll be posting the links to this video blog right here. And you can also shop directly in the store for a lot of these great products. We also just came out with another great product that many of you have been waiting on for over a year. We had talked to Miltac about producing a knife, and we finally have these knives ready. And they come in this beautiful, beautiful wooden box, this display box with the Overcome, just the Overcome word on the top, a simple word that says, I'll never let adversity defeat you. I signed the back of every box, and but look how beautiful these are. I mean, they come with this knife. They also come with the JR Overcome coin. Every one of the coins is numbered, and the numbers match the number on the knife itself. This is a fully functioning knife. I mean, if you wanted to use it for anything, this is just a well-made, solid piece of steel by Miltac Knife Industries out of Texas. So it's American-made, and it has the JR logo, and it is numbered. So these knives are going on sale on the website. I'll tell you, we only have about 50 right now. So if you want one, you need to go get it today. All right, man, we've packed a lot into this show. My goal is to have each one of them about 10 minutes long. This one's a little longer because it is the first. But don't forget, I want you to reach out to me. I want you to tell me what leadership topics we should talk about. I want to hear about those of you who are members of the Overcome Army. So email me, once again, jriovercome@icloud.com, or tag me on Twitter. If you got a question, hashtag AskJROvercome, and also hashtag the Overcome Army, hashtag Overcome Army, because we are all about driving forward and having that Overcome mindset. I overcome, no excuses. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. We are all on a journey to make ourselves better. I think anyone in life who sits back and says, well, I'm good enough, no, that's not the right answer. We always should be striving to be better. We always should be striving to be a better leader, to be a little harder, to be a little more mentally sharper. And those are things that are only done through constant pushing yourself. And that is what this show is about, leading ourselves to success. So remember, there's only one path forward, and there's only one motto: I overcome. All right, Overcome Army. Until next time, Go out there and lead always and overcome all. Thank you.